How is this fair? How is it fair that you are all muscle, all shredded and fit, and I am dough and squidgy and man-titty and hating my life, all because you like sweating and you like cold and you like working out? How is that fair? And I'm like, how is it not? How is it not fair that I get the rewards for my effort? How is it not completely just that I get what I put my effort in for? Because I don't listen to my feelings. I don't care how I feel about the situation. I don't care if it's fun or not. I just do it because it's required. Because I said I fucking would. End of story. So yeah, that is fair. It's like the height of fair. It's about as fair as it's possible to be. I got the results from my work. I got the results from putting in the effort. I got the results from doing what was required. No matter how my feelings were around it. No matter if I wanted to or I felt like it that day. I got the results because I did the work consistently, every single day, no matter what. And that's the difference. So yeah, it is fair. Yeah, it is right. Because that's how it should work. That you get what you put in. I got rewarded for my effort. I got rewarded for my consistency. I got rewarded for consistently and unendingly showing up, doing the work, regardless of how I felt about it, regardless of if I wanted to do it or not. My feelings, my emotions, all of that don't fucking matter. What matters is what I said I would do, and then doing what I said I would do. That's it. That's the only outcome that matters. That is the only thing that truly matters. That I kept my word. That no matter what it was, that shit was getting done. So yeah, it is fair. It's how the world should work. We should work in a meritocracy. That I put in hard work, I get good results. I put in more work, I get better results. End of story. That's how it's supposed to work. But we're so caught up in all these concepts of what's fair, of, like, he was gifted with this, he was blessed with that, I have bad genetics, I don't have the time, I don't have the opportunity, I don't have X, Y, and Z. Or maybe you fucking do and you just choose not to do anything about it. I can flat out tell you I do not have great genetics. I do not have the genetics built to build muscle and shred fat. I put on fat very easily. But what I do have is the gifts that I gave myself. The gifts that I earned, that I worked for, that I created, that I chose to have, that I choose to cultivate. Still, I have the gift of discipline. I have the gift of self-love in the form of self-discipline. I have the gift of focus and drive and commitment. I have the gift of just the ability to show up every single day. No matter how I feel about the situation, no matter how much I don't want to do it, I just show up and do it. We've got prime examples at the moment. We've spoken about being tired. I'm a father of 2 young kids. Yeah, I'm fucking tired. But that's life. That's what I signed up for. I signed up to be a father, to love and care for them. I knew what was coming. I knew that could be a cost of that. So that's a part of it. But I still make those choices. It'd be really easy on the days that I'm tired to not do those things. On the days that I didn't sleep well, to not get it done. But if that was the case, I'd probably work out one day out of the month. So you have to obliterate your excuses. You have to just remove them from the table, because there will always be reasons why you can't do it. There will always be reasons of why this isn't the right time, why this isn't the right moment. There will always be reasons for this, and you cannot, and I truly mean that, cannot let them define that, because then you'll never reach anything. But it's like Christmas. Christmas is the prime example of this. And I've had people like, oh, well, we're going on holidays. And they're like, oh, surely you won't be doing stuff during that time. You bet your fucking ass I'll be doing stuff. I've already planned what I'm going to take in the car. Got my weight vest. I'll take a few dumbbells and a few kettlebells, and I'll get a workout in. I'll get up early before my kids up, and I'll stay up late after my kids go to bed. Because just because we get to do other things doesn't mean that the work gets put to the side. And people think that's crazy, and I understand why. And they're like, what about family time? What about just taking some time with them? And I was like, that's what I'm doing. All day, every day will be spent with them. And at nighttime will be spent with my wife. But I have made a commitment. I have set a standard. I have built momentum. And I refuse to let that slip away because it gets a little bit complex. In fact, these are the times when I think it matters even more. When I think it matters more than anything to double down on those commitments. Because it would be so easy. It would be so simple to be like, oh, I'll just take that week off. But that next week's going to be Christmas. And that's going to be fucking brutal. So how am I going to do that? Oh, well, I'll just take Christmas off. And then it's the new year. Oh, well, I'll just wait till the first Monday. And suddenly it's the 6th. And suddenly time has been wasted. All that momentum is lost. Now I'm slipping back into the man that I don't want to be. So I've just decided that I am a strong, fit, healthy man. And what does a strong, fit, healthy man do? He works the fuck out every single day. No matter what life throws at him, no matter what comes up, no matter what is set in place, that is what gets done. That is what is happening. So therefore, that is what is happening. And this is what I mean when I talk about you need to set your standards while you're in your peak motivation, while you're primed, while you're feeling fucking amazing. You need to set your standards on what is acceptable level. What are you willing to tolerate? What level are you willing to sink to? Because we don't rise to our goals, we fall to our standards. So it comes down to, what are you willing to tolerate? And I am not willing to tolerate returning to the man I used to be. I am not willing to tolerate returning to that sad sack of shit that I was before. Will not happen. Will not be me. So this is what's required. That I figure it the fuck out. And look, it could be done with just body weight. I could just do a body weight workout. Take a vest and just do that. There are ways to get it done if you want it enough. It's just about figuring it out. It's about making the decision. It's about deciding what your standards are. And my standards are high. As I said, when I started phase 3, that's where I was at. That my standards were sky fucking high. And I was determined to see who I could be. Who that man could be. Who I could be if I gave up all the vices. If I gave up and sacrificed. It's still not the right term, but it's the only one that fits. Sacrificed everything that did not serve me. Who could I be during that time? I don't know, but I'm excited to find out. But part of this is not letting things like holidays or Christmas or things like this derail me from the man I'm trying to be. Derail me from chasing it. The whole point is that I want to achieve greatness. And people are like, oh, well, why don't you just, take the time off and like normal people? And I was like, I don't want to be fucking normal. That's the whole point. That's the whole thing that I keep coming back to. I don't want to be normal. I don't want to fit in with the crowd. Do you know how sad and pathetic the average and mediocrity is these days, and how far we've fallen in society, and how rare it is to be a man of discipline, of focus, of substance? Like, I'm not claiming I'm there yet, but that's what I want to be. That's what I'm chasing. That's where I want to get to. I want to be that man. I want to be that version of me. I want to be the best version of me. And I can't do that if I'm not willing to sacrifice the things that don't serve me. If I'm not willing to put my money where my mouth is when it is difficult. Because there is going to be times where it's going to be hard. There are going to be moments that arise where I don't want to do that stuff. There are going to be times where all that shit comes to the surface and I don't feel like it, or it seems too hard. And those are the moments. Those are the moments where you truly, truly discover who you are. Where you find out what really matters to you. And so this really fucking matters to me. Being the greatest version of myself truly matters to me. So I'm willing to do what is required. And that's what separates me. So, yeah, it is fair. In fact, it's the fairest thing that could be. That I do the work and I get rewarded. I sacrifice things that others won't. So therefore I get rewarded. I built a life and a legacy, or are in the process of building this, by doing work, by being a disciplined man. And yeah, we're only 200 odd days into it, but it's about being that version of myself for my children. I want to leave a legacy that they go, yeah, Dad was built different. Dad did stuff that others wouldn't. He didn't even indulge in the things that don't matter. And yeah, that'll make me weird. Yeah, that'll make me stand out. But that's okay. You know, I know I'm going to get judged. I know that there are going to be people who don't understand and who will question why I do this. It's plain and simple. Because I want to find out who I can be. I want to discover how great I can be in this lifetime. And I cannot do that by continuing to give in to vices. I cannot do that by only doing it when I feel like it. I cannot do that by choosing the easy road when it is confusing, when it's difficult, when it's complex, when everything is screaming at you to not do it. I cannot find out who I truly could be. I cannot see what my potential could be unless I just show up, unless I commit to doing it the right way. So that's what I'm doing. And I get it. I get it a lot. Like, this isn't going to be everybody's cup of tea. You don't have to play the full game out like I did. But as I said before, I didn't start here. When I first started, I did 126 to greatness, phase 1. I don't even know, 260, 270 days ago, wherever the fuck I'm up to now. And those first 126 days were savage. And all I did on them was weighted walk with 10% or more of my body weight, lifted weights every day, an animal-based diet, drank 4 litres of water, took a daily photo. That was it. That's what I did every single day. And it kicked the shit out of me. So then I reached phase 2. And I was like, right, proud of who I became, proud of the work I put in, proud of who I am now. Let's level it up. And I contemplated what I have now incorporated for phase 3. And I contemplated that. But I made a statement, not a decision. So it didn't happen. But I added in these other things. And I elevated the game. And I kept pushing forward. And I kept pushing forward. And regardless of my feelings, regardless of how I felt, regardless of how fucking tired I was, as you can hear, I kept showing up. I kept doing what was required. No matter what, I kept doing the work. And that's how I got there. So yeah, it is fair. Because, right now, I've shifted how I structure my day. So I do my computer work and the work for my business during the day, and then I work out at night. So I'm already fucking knackered. I would very happily be heading home right now after working a full day and go to sleep, go to bed, or at very least unwind for a little bit with my wife and then do so. Instead, I'm going to go work out, then I'm going to load 30 kilos onto my shoulders, I'm going to get my dog, and we're going to go for a walk. I'm going to see how far I can cover in 45 minutes. I'm going to see if I can crack the 4K marks with 30 kilos. And that's the end of it. Because I said I would. And that's all that matters. That I said I would, therefore I'm going to. And that's a differentiator. That even when I don't like it, even when I don't want to, because I never like the weighted walks. I do not enjoy them. I do them, as you can see, regardless of how I feel, regardless of how much I yawn and how tired I am. I do them because that is what's required. It's what delivers results. It's what delivers bang for your buck. It's what shreds the weight off. It builds conditioning. It builds strength. It builds mental toughness. It builds mental fortitude. It builds focus. It builds drive. It doesn't mean I want to do them, but I fucking love the results that they deliver. Therefore, it gets done. And also because I said I would. More than anything. More than any other reason. Yes, I like the results. Yes, I like how I feel afterwards. Yes, I like what's happening to my body. But more than anything, I do it because I said I would. And that's what matters. So yeah, I think it is fair that I get rewarded for my effort. I do think it is fair that I get the results from doing what I said I would do. I do think it is fair that I have made a commitment, rain, hail, or shine, no matter how I feel, tired, exhausted, energized, or not, that this work is getting done. Therefore, it's fucking done. End of story. So yeah, I think all of that is fair. Because that's the trade-off. That's the meritocracy that we should all strive for. That if you do the work, you get rewarded. So, are you ready to do the work? Are you ready to commit to yourself? Are you ready to go all in and do what is required? If so, shoot me a message. Let's get you into chasing greatness. Let's start the process. Let's see who you can become if you commit all in to yourself. If you're not quite there yet, click the link in my bio, grab my top 10 tools to transform your mental toughness. Lastly, if this spoke to you, if you enjoyed it, if you know someone else who needs to hear it, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. I'm here every single day, sharing my journey, sharing from the front, sharing as I go through this process and this journey of chasing greatness daily to see what my potential is, to see what's on the other side. And I'm sharing it here with you. So I'll be back again tomorrow and hope to see you then. Until then.